go, here we 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 go. Let it go, 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 let it go. There we go. And notifying views that you're live. Okay. 5:15 a.m. What's that? 23rd of July 2023. Let's do this show. Everyone in the building, it's early, they're sleeping, they're raving. And in the building, Frankie in the building, KP in the building, Marcy's in the building, Dazza in the building, Dan in the building, Adam Burbick in the building, Maya in the building, Gillian in the building, H3, for Sergio in the building, Captain Brund in the business, Positive in the building, Cameron in the building, One Biz in the building, KM in the building, Louisa joined, Cameron in the building, Ibrahim in the building, Green Tips in the building, Archie in the building, Cactus in the building, Josh in the building, Drippy in the building, Maha in the building, User 1316 in the building, Thomas Waits in the building, Ray Fay in the building, Martin Sale in the building, Michelle joined, User Louisa, Claudio, Mary Marcello, yes, Mary Marcello, Chris in the building, Ian in the building, Floxy in the building, Dot in the building, Cal1181 in the building, Wood in the building, Brooke in the building, Danielle Parry in the building, DHG in the building, Hammer Luke in the building, AEW1H in the building, Darren Brown in the building, Chicken Nuggy in the building, Joseph in the building, Strawberry in the building, Robbo1990 in the building, Jazz in the building, L in the building, Raphael in the building, Raphael Reed in the building, 16KS Chubb in the building, Redknapp in the building, Casper in the building, Vibe in the building, Nick W in the building, what's that? Joined Faces in the building, 919, ADW in the building, 2FC in the building, 2Y33 in the building, Haley Kelly in the building, Mickey B in the building, PPUB in the building, MJ in the building, ASOV in the building, Ted Lasso in the building, D11, DL1, Mo in the building, SFB Dean in the building, Ted Lasso Light Alive, Sarah Snedden, CJ, 23, Ted Lasso Light Alive, KG in the building. Was that Gypsy? Yeah, Gypsy in the building. Ted Lasso in the building. El Trapo in the building. Ted Lasso Light Alive. Eleanor Rose joined. Oh shit, I'm missing something. What was I saying? C, AI in the building. Join. Dava Cakes in the building. Haven Star in the building. Only Friends in the building. B Ben in the building. Camillo in the building. Chardonnay in the building. Slim 140 in the building. P in the building. J in the building. Amy G in the building. Toba Take in the building. Sarah in the building. 4H1 in the building, Jamie 5335 in the building, B7AX in the building, Greatness in the building, Paul in the building, Pardy in the building, Equinox in the building, It's Azd in the building. Harry Jack in the building. What's I say? Nikki H in the building. Wazza in the building. CG Khan in the building. CG Khan in the building. 1DQ in the building. JP Ox in the building. Leanne in the building. Dan 13819 in the building. Tammy C 19's in the building. Humbles in the building. Ivy in the building. Bill Todd in the building. Jimmy in the building. Steve Young in the building. Joe Thomas Tennant in the building. Madison in the building. Charlotte Wow in the building. Gigi Kent in the building. SFGN user 13068. What's that? XIO in the building. Tyler in the building. Queen of Reggae Radio in the building. Catherine in the building. Mithun JM in the building. Lou CPFY in the building. Foot Marvel in the building. Megan in the building. John Boy in the building. Ibrahim in the building. J.I. Yo Fav in the building. Jamie in the building. KM Puff in the building. Joe in the building. John Dillon in the building. Blue Cheese in the building. Sebastiano in the building. User 69 in the building. Stanley W in the building. Natalie in the building. BTK7 in the building. Julie Day in the building. Magic in the building. Chelsea in the building. Sam Lucas in the building. Ollie Martin in the building. Streak Piss in the Monique in the building. Damn, CZB Joan in the building. Andy Whereabouts in the building. 1DQ in the building. 9 At in the building. David in the building. Avivi in the building. Jesse in the building. Bill Todd in the building. Biker Boy in the building. Oh, what does I say? ALSSSW in the building. Emily in the building. King in the building. Spring in the building. Damn. Jesse in the building. Charlie in the building. AEJT in the building. Bobette in the building. David in the building. Damn. Well, let's get a start. Okay, we've got Harlem Eubank moves up to 18-0. Another Eubank on the horizon. Yeah, so, you know what I mean? I was aware of this dude. Yeah. I was aware of the dude. I knew that there was about 3 boys, Eubank sons, that were fighting. I heard the sister had a fight too, or she was doing something and fighting. Didn't follow it. Obviously, I was following Chris Eubank Jr., and then Sebastian, who unfortunately died. Yeah. So we got Harlem here now. Checked him out. 18-0. Very good boxer. Very aggressive. Extremely aggressive. Extremely aggressive. But from what I can see, it's like, you know, his left is a bit of a jab, but the power is really in the right hand. From what I saw, yeah. Like, I mean, why am I surprised that he's good? His dad is Chris Eubank Sr. Yeah, so he's got his dad to teach him the fundamentals from the very beginning. Then after that, yeah, his brother Chris Eubank Jr. has been world champion a few times, so he can do light sparring with his dad. He'll probably do heavier sparring with Chris, yeah. And he's learning from world champions. His dad was a world champion. His brother was a world champion. He's learning from them. So why wouldn't he be good? You know what I mean? So they can teach him the right things, but you know, has he got fast hands? Has he got powerful hands? Has he got good defenses? Yeah. and the rest is up to him and his heart. So, like I said, I was impressed. So I'll keep a proper eye on him now and see how he gets on. Yes, lad. Coos in the building. Karina in the building. Camilo in the building. Okay, right, we've got Carl Frutch. Carl Frutch is always talking these days. Why? Carl Frutch is like the news, isn't he? Carl Frutch is like the 10 o'clock news, bruv. He's always talking these days. What did he say? He said McCracken, because there's an issue now about Anthony Joshua leaving McCracken. Yeah? AJ said very good things about McCracken, but it just seems like it's time for AJ to move on. But the way Carl Frock is telling the story is like, AJ is ungrateful, yeah, for what McCracken done for him, yeah. So McCracken also guided, trained Carl Frock, yeah. So McCracken got Joshua out of jail, yeah, guided him to Olympic gold and world titles. That's what Froch is saying. He got you out of jail and he guided you to Olympic gold and world titles. Why are you saying the stuff you're saying now? But he's not. I've seen him, man. He's not AJ, and Joshua's not saying anything bad about McCracken. It's just time for him to move on. Yeah? So AJ saying he didn't teach me defense. Yeah? Then he says, look at Carl Frock's nose. He did not teach me defense. Look at Carl Frock's nose. So what does that mean? Yeah? Maybe Carl Frock's nose is a little bit broken, maybe it's a bit twisted, I'm not sure. Yeah? So he's basically saying, look, if he taught him properly defense, he wouldn't be getting hit. But the way Carl Frock used to box anyway, you can see that he got his own ideas. Yeah? Carl Frock boxes his own ideas. His own ideas, man. Nobody's on to box like that. Yeah? But this is left, and let's say he's a southpaw, just for argument's sake. His jab is out. His right hand's back here somewhere. Yeah? Kind of very slow, steady pace. Yeah? Looking to counter you. You throw a punch. I remember Carl Frock always throwing, like, counter punches. Boom. T. Stevie Wonder. Yes, me, Stevie Wonder. User 1925 in the building. Yes, Stevie Wonder. In the city. My mama works from 5 in the morning. When she comes home at night, she's ever so tired. She works so hard for just a few dollars. Living just enough for the city. Yeah, I'm Stevie Wonder. Living just enough for the city. Dot joined. Where was I? Yeah, so yeah, Carl Frock had his own ideas, yeah, and he never had a conventional boxing style. That's why he was so good, because he's unpredictable. If you could always come in a classic boxing stance, everyone's trained to deal with that. But when you have a different model, how does somebody deal with that? They've got no idea of what to do because they've never been trained against that style. Okay. We've got this situation now with this Inoue, this Japanese guy. Inoue Glovegate, yeah, the scandal continues. The scandal's getting worse, yeah? So he's fighting a guy called Fulton, yeah? So he's a cornerman, he's at a press conference. The press conference come to a standstill. He's basically saying he's cheating, yeah? They watched him wrap his hands. Like, apparently he wraps tape around his hand, then he builds up the wraps layer after layer. It's called stacking. It's called stacking. And eventually, you know, once you start layering this material and layering that material, it becomes like a plaster cast. Yeah, it becomes very hard. Yeah, and it's illegal. Who's this? Newman official. Yeah, it becomes very, very hard, like a plaster cast. And you know, the reference was Felix Trinidad used to do this, and Bernard Hopkins complained. Bernard Hopkins saying, look, he's stacking, he's layer and layer and layer and layer. I even remember watching that, maybe with Roy Jones. Like I was saying, what kind of fucking raps is that? The hand was massive. When Felix Trinidad finished doing his, the hand, it was enormous and it was hard. So anyway, Bernard Hopkins called him out, and the raps had to be redone, and then the power was gone. He wasn't hitting as hard anymore. Yeah, so that's what he's saying. Yeah, so we'll see what happens, because apparently in some states in America, this rapping style, stacking, is allowed, but in other states it's not. Yeah, and in New York it's illegal. Dave, what the fuck? WTF? Courts in the building, Friday in the building, D89K in the building. What did I say? Lisa. Oh, Lisa, like that. Lisa's in the building. Yeah? So it's like proper down tools. What's his trainer's name? Wahid Rahim. Yeah, Wahid Rahim. Down tools. He said till you fix the rap situation, the fight's not going ahead. You have to fix the raps before Fulton's going to fight Inoue. Yeah? So let's see what's happened. I mean, maybe the fight's already taken place now. I'll check out after the show. Okay, what we got here now? We've got George Kambosos said he likes the idea of fighting Tank Davis. Really? Really? Like, Kambosos is fighting some guy called Hughes. Because I don't know nothing about Hughes, I'm not really interested in the fight, but I'll check it out tomorrow. I mean, Hughes could be very good for all I know. I just don't know him at this precise time. So I'll check out that fight tomorrow. But Kambosos wants to fight Tank. He probably thinks he'll dominate Tank. Yeah? Tank will probably knock him out the same as he knocks out everyone else. We'll see how that goes. Okay, what we got here? Bread. Joined. Okay. We got Jake Paul offers Nate Diaz $10 million for an MMA match. So they're going to have a boxing match, and then Jake Paul's saying, well then, if I lose, whatever the situation, after that we can fight MMA. And he offers Nate Diaz $10 million. So Nate Diaz is coming out of somewhere, he's walking, he's kind of ambushed by someone as he's going to his vehicle. Oh, Nate, Paul said he wants to fight you. What are you saying? I mean, this guy's so cool, man. This Nate Diaz, he's so cool, he's almost sleeping. He's so cool, he's so laid back. Yeah? And then when he says $10 million, I'm sure, the audio was a bit unclear, but I'm sure he said it's not enough. He must be joking. How can $10 million not be enough? But the whole face, his face is just deadpan. There's no expression. There's no happiness. There's no sadness. Just deadpan expression. I mean, there's a video with Nate in the gym training for the fight, and he's smoking. I mean, this guy must be joking, bro. You could be training for a fight and at the same time smoking a cigarette. Smoke blowing and bellowing out everywhere. Yeah? Okay, what else we got here? Chow Mein, follow the life. AX9Y6. Mr. Drillings in the building. What's that? Asian writing. What's that? Chinese writing? in the building. Okay. Okay, so I saw a documentary, yeah? Documentary called That's the Greatest Heavyweight of All Times, Evander Holyfield. So they start as a cruiserweight. I mean, when Holyfield first started, he was a cruiserweight, and we used to watch the fights. They were very entertaining, yeah. And we say, yeah, this guy's really great. Then he unified the cruiserweight division. Then he went to heavyweight. But the funny thing is, I cannot remember any of those cruiserweight fights. Now I know back in the days, that's what made everyone love Holyfield. Oh, he's a warrior. He's a warrior. That's what we say. He's a warrior. Oh, this guy's so tough. He's a warrior. I can't remember one fight. Yeah, I only remember Holyfield's fights as a heavyweight. So he enters the heavyweight division. Coming up from cruiserweight, he was slightly smaller. Yeah. Then he kind of bulked up. He kind of got bigger. Yeah. Maybe about 2 or 3 stone. I don't know, but he went up. He went up tremendously from when he first became a heavyweight. And then he was doing ballet because he wasn't happy with his footwork, so he started to do ballet. To give him better footwork. I mean, back in the 90s, that was like a joke. How can a boxer be doing ballet? And when they jump up and they do that thing with their feet, like, was he doing that? Fun time Freddy in the building. So anyway, he joins heavyweight. He's fantastic. He fights. He beats. This dude loves getting punched in the face. It's almost like he can't feel pain. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, if you look at the current heavyweights and that generation of heavyweights, I mean, they fought everyone. And when you look at Evander Holyfield's resume, the people he fought big names. He fought humongous names, world champions. Now, if you check out the 2 best boxers in today's heavyweights are Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. But who did they fight? Yeah? Who did they motherfucking fight? You know what I mean? Like, Tyson Fury, he really done a good job before and after the fight on Vladimir Klitschko. Yeah, some people might say, oh, Vladimir was old. Yeah, he's not old. He's not old. Yeah. I mean, no matter what age Klitschko fought Fury at, he would have had a hell of a problem because of Tyson Fury's style and character. Yeah. Then after that, Deontay Wilder was the man. Yeah, comparing him to Tyson, comparing him to the greatest heavyweights of all times because of his knockout record. Yeah. So then he beats. Deontay Wilder. Some people think he beat Deontay Wilder 3 times, though the first was deemed a draw. But nonetheless, yeah, let's say he beat Deontay Wilder 3 times. So that's 2 big names. 2 big names. Vladimir Klitschko and Deontay Wilder. But who else did he beat? Yeah? Now, we're going to go into who Evander Holyfield fought, yeah? And this isn't everyone on his resume. These are just the names that are more significant, more important, yeah? So he fought Dwight Muhammad Qawi, yeah? Dwight Muhammad Qawi was like some little short dude. You could almost say he's the precursor to Mike Tyson. He was a short dude. I think he might have been about 5'7", 5'8". Some little dude, man, but he was a serious heavyweight. He's an ex-convict. He was in prison. I think converted to Islam in prison, yeah? So, yeah, Dwight would obviously be his name. Then Muhammad Kwawi is the name he took, yeah? Boy, if you see this guy fighting, dude's crazy, man. I mean, you can't even imagine them kind of fights these days. Yeah? I mean, let's say, for instance, now we have Derek Chisora fighting Dillian White, and they're having this fight, and at the end of the fight, everyone said, yeah, it was a great fight. Oh, it was a real good punch up. But none of them was a world champion. None of them was a world champion. Yeah, Dylan White's never been a world champion, and Derek Chisora has never been a world champion. I'm talking about world champions standing toe to toe and fighting. If you see when Evander Holyfield fought George Foreman, if you saw the punishment George Foreman took, it's like, and then when you see him today, he's like a gentleman, he's articulate, he doesn't have brain damage, he doesn't have a lisp. Yeah, he can express himself clearly, he's articulate. It's like, them man, they're imaginer. Them man, they love pain. What's that? IKIGF in the building. Yeah, it's like them man, they love pain. The way people fight now, you know, they'll go in, they'll throw 1-2 punches, maybe 4, yeah, they get out, they're in safety, out of range. Then man, they're in there, all this, you know, Joe Fraser stuff, blocking like this. Some of it's blocking on the arms, the shoulders, some of it's getting through. Man, when George Foreman finished the round on his feet, if you saw the pummeling he got from, who's this? Harry in the building, yeah? If you saw the punches he took from Evander Holyfield, that was crazy. Right. So Muhammad, right, he fought Dwight, fought James, who was a big name back in the day, yeah? Pingland Thomas was a world champion. Michael Dogs was a world champion. In fact, Michael Dogs hit him so hard, I think that was the first time he went down. Yeah? Ashley Tattersall. Yeah, Ashley Tattersall. Yeah? Michael Dogs, very good boxer. Alex Stewart is another big name. I think he fought Alex Stewart twice. Then we've got James Buster Douglas, obviously famous for the person who beat Mike Tyson. Yeah? Arguably, Mike Tyson says he won the fight because he knocked him down, but the count was long. Yeah, it was a long count, but the referee said he beat the count. And then Buster Douglas went on to beat Mike Tyson in Japan. Yes, he beat Buster Douglas. Then he fought George Foreman. Wow, what a tremendous fight. Then Burt Cooper is another big name. Then Larry Holmes is another big name. Then Riddick Bowe. Yeah? Oh my God, man. For you youngsters, yeah? For you youngsters, yeah? What's that? Chow Mein followed alive. Chow Mein joined. If you youngsters now, you need to check out this fight with Evander Holyfield and Riddick Bowe, yeah? Because what was happening, they was fighting in Las Vegas. There's some arsehole, you know, those paragliders, yeah? You hold the thing there, and it's got like a triangle wing. Some arsehole decided he's going to fly and land his paraglider into the ring. So they're fighting. I can't remember which one it is.